we will be on live. So now we are here this afternoon in cause 2018 0D04802, the state of Texas versus Willie Morales. And that is your true and correct name?
Yes, sir.
And your date of birth is 9/5 of 1980.
Yes, sir.
And you've seen your attorney, you see your attorney there, Mr. Trochet. You recognize him as your lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Trochet, you have seen Mr. Morales and recognize him as your client.
I do recognize him, yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Willard, this a plea and a plea agreement has been reached. If you would like to state the plea agreement on the record.
Absolutely, Judge. In exchange for a plea of guilty on count 3 of the indictment, the state is agreeing to dismiss counts 1 and 2 and to offer 5 years probated, 5 years, a fine of $500 with none of it probated, a period of 200 hours of community service to be performed, no associations with gang members, UABA, anger management, and all other standard conditions of probation, Judge.
All right. And is that your understanding of the plea agreement, Mr. Trochet?
It is, Your Honor.
Is it also your understanding of the plea agreement, Mr. Morales?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you understand the plea agreement is not absolutely binding upon me, but should I choose not to follow it, should I choose to be harsher than that, you could withdraw your plea. We could proceed to trial on these matters. But if I follow the plea agreement, it will be final. You cannot withdraw your plea. You cannot appeal the case without my consent, and you would begin serving that probation immediately. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we have in front of us some documents marked State's Exhibit 1, the guilty plea waiver forms in this case. They bear the signature of the state's attorney, your attorney, and what appears to be your signature. Did you in fact sign these documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you read them before you signed them?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you were reading and signing?
Yes, sir.
Did your attorney further explain to you the meaning of these documents?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any question about their meaning? Excuse me, well, you have to say verbally here. Do you
No, sir.
Okay. So that there's never any question, let me briefly explain to you what they mean. Primarily 2 things. First, you're coming into court telling me through a judicial confession, yes, Judge, I did commit count number 3 of this indictment. And secondly, you're telling me you understand that you're giving up some valuable rights here today. The most important of those rights is your right to a trial by jury, not only upon the issue of guilt, not guilt, but also upon the issue of any potential punishment. Do you fully understand that?
Yes, sir.
Understanding that, how do you plead then to count number 3, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Entering your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Did anybody force you, threaten you, coerce you, or in any way make you plead guilty?
No, sir.
Did anybody promise you anything or persuade you in such a manner you felt you had to plead guilty other than the plea agreement stated on the record in open court here this afternoon?
No, sir.
Now you understand the potential punishment under this count 3 is what degree felony, Mr. Willard?
3rd degree, Judge.
3rd degree,
2 to
so not
10.
less than 2 years nor more than 10 years in prison, a fine not to exceed $10,000. But instead of putting you in prison, I can place you on probation for any number of years, not less than 2 nor more than 10. You understand I'll have to sentence you somewhere within those general guidelines.
Yes, sir.
You are a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
And how old are you, Mr. Morales?
40.
And how far did you go in school?
I got my GD and associates in medical assistant.
Okay, associates in what?
Medical assistant.
Okay, and so you can certainly read and write the English language.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been under the care of a psychiatrist or psychologist for mental health or mental illness issues?
Yes, sir.
What kind of problems were those?
What is it? Bipolar and schizophrenia.
Okay. Are you presently under medications for those?
Yes, sir.
Are they helping you?
Yes, sir.
Are they helping you to such a degree that you feel that you are mentally competent, that you understand everything that's going on here this afternoon?
Yes, sir.
Now, counsel, you've had time to go over the facts and circumstances of this offense, the legal aspects of the case, and had time to evaluate your client's mental status.
Yes, Your Honor.
And based on all that, Mr. Trochet, are you also representing you believe he is mentally competent to enter this plea?
I believe he is, Your Honor.
Then based on your representations, Mr. Trochet, your representations, Mr. Morales, the court's observations of you in court both here today and prior occasions, I find that you are mentally competent to enter this plea. State may summarize the evidence.
Judges, the state had been required to go to court and prove this case. We would have proven each and every element of the charge beyond all reasonable doubt by legal and competent evidence that on or about the 15th day of July 2018 in the county of El Paso in the state of Texas that Mr. Morales, Willie Morales, did then and there, having been convicted of the felony offense of money laundering on the 3rd day of March 2003 in a cause number 03CR20 in the 30th District Court of Pratt County, Texas, in a case on the docket of that court and entitled State of Texas versus Willie Morales. He then did intentionally or knowingly possess metal or body armor. Likewise, he did then and there, having been convicted of the felony offense of offering to sell depressants, hallucinogens, steroids on the 3rd day of March 2003 in cause number 03CR20 in the 30th District Court of the same county, Pratt County, state of Kansas, in a case on the docket of that court entitled State of Texas versus Willie Morales. Again, intentionally or knowingly possessed metal or body armor. That occurred, there was found at an address located in El Paso County, 353 Melendez, through a search warrant. Judge, we would move at this time to admit the state's exhibit number 1, which are the plea papers, as well as state's exhibit number 2, which is the 39.14 disclosure form.
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection to the evidence? Okay, based on the evidence before the court finds the evidence sufficient to find the defendant guilty of count number 3 only, and I so find. I'm ready to proceed upon the issue of punishment here. Now, I believe Mr. Morales, well, this case has been pending a long time. Are you married, sir?
Yes, sir.
You have you have children?
I have 4 from my previous marriage.
Are all of them adults now or not?
One of them's adult and the other 3 are younger.
Okay. And so are you still taking care of them financially?
From what I can, I try.
Okay. Now you are working. What type of work do you do?
I change oils on motorcycles and weld some metal once in a while.
Okay. And I guess are you working at that, is it the motorcycle place with Mr. Anderson? Is that where you've been working?
No, sir.
Another one?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I guess you've been doing okay on the bond for quite a while now. The main thing will be stay away from gang members. You can tell it's already kind of caused you a little bit of trouble here. And so that's an important term and condition of the probation. The other terms are important, are report and don't commit any other offenses. You know,
Sure.
those are the most important in my mind, the things that could end up getting you in trouble. What do you have any plans for the future?
I just try to get over the probation and everything, stay straight and everything.
All right.
If I may jump in here a moment, Your Honor, I do want to advise the court that Mr. Morales just got married about 2 weeks ago. So if he has no plans for the future, I'm sure his wife does. So.
Right.
Well, okay, well,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
oh, congratulations and good luck to you and
Thank you.
starting a new family relationship there. That's great. All right. Yeah, I think if you spend time with your wife and instead of some other people that might be more troublesome, you'll do much better. So We'll look forward to you completing your probation, and good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I have one other issue, if I could, with the
Sure.
court. Actually, just to make the prosecutor aware, the lady he married, he was living with her at the time, and so they charged both her and him with possession of his body armor. And now he's, he's pled to that. It was his body armor, not hers. So hopefully that will result in a dismissal of her body armor. They were not, cross-dressing or using the same body armor together or anything else like that. So we're asking,
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping that they'll go ahead and dismiss that charge against that lady.
Yeah, I think that was mentioned at some point that they might do that. Are you aware of that, Mr. Willard?
I am not, but I understand the judge's concern and suggestion, and I will bring it to Will's attention. He's not here today. He's chaperoning some church kids, so he'll have a note, an email from me, and hopefully he will do the right thing.
Thank you.
All right. And so he's taken responsibility in this plea, and it was your body armor, and you're exonerating her. It's not hers.
Yes, sir. It was
Is that
all mine.
Would you want me to place him under oath or anything, Mr. Willard, or on that point, so that you can explain to Mr. Dixon that he has exonerated her on the record?
Correct me, you haven't already put him under oath?
No, I have not. I usually don't unless I need to for an
Yeah,
issue
well,
like this.
sure, if you want to do that, sure, I would be happy to make that record possible so that the state can move forward with the idea of dismissing. Again, it's not my call, but I'm sure that once Will understands what happened here, that he will probably do that.
And, a lot of times they go ahead and there's an exoneration many times with husband, wives, or boyfriend, girlfriend type situations, or just friends, type of deal. And you're not opposed to that being done on the record, Mr. Trochet?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So very quickly, Mr. Morales, if you'd raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're giving this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. So the body armor count 3 that you just pled to, that was seized, I guess, at your home way back in when this all happened, that was your body armor, and it was not your wife, or at that time, I guess it was your girlfriend or fiance.
It was all mine.
It was all yours.
It was all mine.
You're exonerating her. She had nothing to do with that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Did either of you want to ask any other questions?
I don't have any questions, Judge. Thank you for doing that.
No,
Okay,
no, Your Honor, no question, except, Judge, I'm not sure if I heard
Who-
the sentence yet, or I don't know if you pronounced it, I'm sorry.
Oh, well, yeah, I did. I said I did find him guilty of 5 years probation
Okay.
as per the plea agreement. Who is the attorney for Mr. Morales' wife? Do you know? Is it someone other than you, Mr. Trochet? I think it is.
It is somebody else, and I
Okay.
told
That's
him,
the public defender is what it says in my notes, Judge,
right.
All right.
I called their
but I don't
office.
know which one.
We were having this plea today. I left a
It'll
message.
My
They-
guess is it'll probably be Miss Pages, because she handles most of the public defender's docket out of this court.
Okay.
So if, Mr. Trochet, if you get a hold of Miss Pages, tell her that Mr. Morales exonerated her client today, and that, and of course, then to get a hold of Mr. Dixon. And of course, I think Mr. Willard will tell Mr. Dixon, and I would anticipate a likely dismissal coming next week. Or maybe even tomorrow, I don't know.
That's great.
Her lawyer is Luis Yanez.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it was Mr. Yanis, and I called Mr. Yanis and left
Oh.
a message for him, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, then it's not the public defender, it's Mr. Yanez.
Yeah, I've got a name of Angelica. Is that not her?
Yes. What is your wife's name, Mr. Morales?
Cheryl Peace Morales.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Judge, the way we've done this is to try to clarify what we're doing. We have a list of the cases. I don't see that individual, if it's a Morales, on our 34th list, unless you just said it was Cheryl.
Cheryl Peace.
Pease. Ah,
Yes, sir.
and you're right, it's Luis Yanez. There we go. And I see that seems to be the only charge that she has. So,
If it doesn't get cleared up by next week, let me know.
I will. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
be excused.
Yes,